I can't believe I'm really doing this, finally. I've been thinking about joining Rotary for many years, and Ken Balsley I can recall conversations with him years and years ago, and then Mary Sagala really has been the one who's kept up with a very kind but gentle push for a number of years, persistent, and why now? Well, I'm just confident I can make it fit in my busy life, and I'm delighted. So a little bit about me.
The arrow keys.
Okay. So as someone who loves crystallography, I use this photo to illustrate that there are many facets to me. But with only a limited time to talk with you, I'll just tell you a few of them today, and you'll undoubtedly learn more with time. So I grew up in Pullman, and I'm the difficult one there. Pullman, Washington. So I have my little cougar picture there. For those, I know there are a lot of cougars in this club. I'm not one of them. I refused to go to college in my hometown, but I did live very close by and have an allegiance at some level. So where I went to college, I went to Whitman and then Western, got a bachelor's degree in science in geology. And then, because geology is a passion but not really a career interest, I wonder how my parents felt about that, paying for my education originally. I got my MBA at the UW Seattle's Foster School of Business. And you'll notice I have a bigger husky here than I have the cougar. My career path has been in business management, and since moving to Olympia from Seattle in the 90s, it's been in entrepreneurship and small business development. I'm the director of the Thurston Economic Development Council Center for Business and Innovation, which is in partnership with South Puget Sound Community College and located on the Lacey campus. I oversee a number of programs and staff that work to launch, strengthen, and grow our local businesses. These are some of those programs, and you've heard about some of them through presentations here at Rotary. I know that the program manager for the Washington Center for Women in Business spoke last summer. Aslan Mead spoke here earlier in the year about the Thurston Investment Network. And I suspect you're going to be hearing in the not too distant future about Lacey Makerspace, a partnership with the Center for Business and Innovation, the City of Lacey, St. Martin's University, South Puget Sound, the Port, Lacey Chamber, all kinds of partners in on that one. And I'm really grateful to have contact with many of you professionally. There's some impressive folks in this club, or I should better say, they're all impressive people.
Nice save.
Yeah. My family. I'm in a family of engineers. My husband Dave is an energy engineer. He's sitting there in his brand new electric car, a Bolt, B-O-L-T. He was one of the first in Washington, I'm sure the first in the Olympia area to get one. He had to go out of state to get it because they didn't start selling them in this state until April. And you can also see him with his solar panels, and what you can't see is that Energy Star home has thick, wide walls for insulation and 2-foot thick ceiling of insulation. That's his world. And then I have my son, Reed, who is a high-tech engineer. After electrical engineering graduate school at Stanford, he works for a young company in Seattle that makes a multi-spectral camera, whatever that is, aerial camera for assessing crop health. That's assessing crop health there, I just have the picture. And then I have my son Joel, who is a low-tech engineer. After getting his bachelor's in mechanical engineering and spending 2 years in Tanzania in the Peace Corps, he's currently working on his master's in sustainable engineering at Villanova with focus on international development. He's back in Tanzania, which is where this is right now, doing his thesis research on a particular kind of potable water delivery system, very Rotary-like. And it's a great place for him to be, given that he's a fluent Swahili speaker and there are not a lot of opportunities for that. And then I have my temporary Finnish daughter, Adina, And you'll see photos of her here, hanging out with the Fremont Troll and resting on our deck overlooking Pattison Lake. She's not planning to join the engineers, but has a great path ahead of her. So as a geologist by education and passion, if not by vocation, you'll find me hanging out in places like this, or this. So I taught Geology 101 a number of years at South Puget Sound Community College and encouraged my students to attend the Duck Dash, way before I was thinking of Lacey Rotary. There was no more perfect location to illustrate the erosional resistance of the crescent basalts that form Tum waterfalls, and to illustrate stream processes, laminar and turbulent flow, variations in velocity and discharge. But this year, I got to experience it all in my kayak, retrieving ducks in difficult to get places where they were carried away by currents. Fun. So I am really glad to be part of Lacey Rotary and look forward to getting to know you all better over the years. Thank you.
That was very nicely done. Thank you. And I always thought you just called it whitewater.
Oh.
Yeah.
You want to make a presentation?
So having completed much of what she has to do, she is now a blue badge.